This morning, the Sun Prairie community voting against the school district superintendent. What the major vote means, what could happen to the school administrator.
And gridlock in Washington, why one of your lawmakers says it's urgent to get a deal done and end the shutdown.
And terrifying crash caught on camera. If there's any indication why the medical helicopter went down.
And Madison's new public market after a series of delays, some progress.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on your Tuesday, October 7th. I'm Kyrie Unley.
I'm Chris Stanford. Thank you for joining us. Had some rain this morning that's pushing on out of here.
Yeah, and it definitely made those temperatures a lot chillier than.
So you felt it this morning?
Yeah, I had that jacket on for sure. Heading out the door this morning.
Might need a little something heavier coming up in not too long. Savannah, what are we in for today? Get us out the door.
Yeah, guess what? We're going to track the lower 30s across some of the area overnight tonight and tomorrow night. So yeah, probably going to need a coat heading into work, at least for some of us. We'll get to that in a little bit, but the showers are moving out of here over the last 6 hours. We had a couple go through Dane County, but for the most part southeast now. We didn't pick up that much measurable rainfall, just a couple tenths of an inch overall. There was more rain up towards La Crosse. That was over the last 24 hours. Temperatures, though, not terrible right now. We're still warmer than normal, and most of us are sitting in the 50s. We've got some upper 40s northwest of here up towards the Dells, La Crosse, and even a really chilly temperature in the 30s in Black River Falls. But we will see temperatures rise with sunshine returning later in the day. We'll be back into the mid 60s. That's pretty much near normal. We've got a couple days we're going to be near that. We'll talk more about the frost and the 30s we're going to see in just a bit.
Sounds good, Savannah. Thank you. Now to our continuing coverage of the fallout at the Sun Prairie Area School District. The community voting no confidence last night in Superintendent Brad Sarin. The
vote is now the first step to put Sarin on a performance improvement plan, which could lead to further disciplinary action. Community members voted 68-45 for no confidence. Next steps for the district will take shape in the next school year. This happened at the district's annual meeting where community members can vote on important issues.
We're being silenced and shut down. And the fact that you have teachers and educators out here who won't raise their hand to take a vote because they're afraid of retaliation is frightening. It should be frightening to you. How are you going to build that trust? That's the question. What your page, I'm sorry, your incremental information that you sheepishly put on your website about the current investigation, that's laughable. Where is the step towards us to show that you are building trust with the community?
The board also reviewed district finances, voting to keep the levy limit the same until a formal performance review is completed. Since the start of former Dean of Students Robert Gilkey-Messigeier's criminal investigation, 2 staff members have been put on leave. Gilkey-Messigier faces 15 counts of child sex crimes and has pleaded not guilty. He is scheduled to return to court later this month.
Now to the government shutdown that continues with no clear resolution in sight.
The Senate is set to meet again this morning after rejecting another funding bill last night. Democrats are holding out for extending Affordable Care Act tax credits expiring this year and rollbacks to Medicaid cuts. But Republicans insist the shutdown needs to end first by passing a short-term spending bill. News 3 Now spoke to Senator Tammy Baldwin, who said an extension can't wait until the end of the year.
Families are struggling right now. Their budgets are thin. They're struggling with the cost of groceries, housing, childcare. This is going to put health care out of reach for far too many Wisconsinites.
Senator Baldwin says that insurance companies are currently deciding what their prices will be next year, and some are already receiving notifications that their health care premiums are going to be higher.
Meanwhile, Senator Ron Johnson announcing that he's going to donate paychecks to the Joseph Project, a faith-based job initiative amid the shutdown. He said, since the U.S. Constitution requires that I receive pay, even during a shutdown, I'll be donating my paychecks to the Joseph Project. Every day the shutdown continues, the checks get a little bigger. Compliments of Chuck Schumer.
Now to other national news, turning to the war in Gaza. Today marks 2 years since the October 7th attack on Israel. Nearly 1,200 people were killed and about 250 others were kidnapped, with 48 still in Gaza. Israel responded with an intense military assault, killing more than 66,000 people and destroying much of the enclave. The conflict continues as Israel and Hamas meet in Egypt to negotiate a ceasefire.
6:04 now to some incredible video from California. 3 people in the hospital this morning after surviving this medical helicopter crash. It slammed into a Sacramento highway. Sacramento officials saying that only medical personnel were on board the chopper and 1 person was trapped in the wreckage. Authorities have not said what may have caused the crash, but federal investigators are expected to soon take up the investigation. First responders at the scene say no one on the ground was hurt in the crash.
President Trump says that Sean Diddy Combs has requested a presidential pardon after he was sentenced late last week. Combs was sentenced to more than 4 years in prison after being convicted of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. However, Combs was acquitted on 2 more serious charges of racketeering and sex trafficking. Trump has previously stated he is unlikely to pardon Combs. Now to some local news this morning. In Juneau County, the sheriff's office is working on a major animal neglect case.
Over the weekend, nearly 400 animals were surrendered in the town of Plymouth. Police arrested 2 people on animal neglect charges. The animals, including rabbits, goats, horses, chickens, puppies, and dogs, are now in the care of local shelters and welfare groups. Efforts are underway to ensure their well-being and find them some new homes.
6:05 new this morning. The State Journal reports the Middleton Cross Plains School District will no longer require students in a civics class to declare a political party affiliation. The change comes after criticism from the conservative group Moms for Liberty, which claimed students were using blue, red, or purple Post-its in the hallway to show party preference. It's not clear whether students had to identify themselves publicly or just pick a party for the assignment. The district has not commented.
Madison's Police Community Oversight Board is looking for a new independent police monitor. It comes after Robin Copley, who held the role since 2022, announced she was stepping down. It comes amid scrutiny over the office's performance and budget cuts proposed by the mayor. The board will soon accept applications for an interim monitor who will not be eligible for the permanent role.
After years of delay, the Madison Public Market is finally nearly ready to open. This week, the first artworks are being installed. More artwork is expected as the opening gets closer, scheduled for the first quarter of 2026. Planning for the $24 million market took nearly 2 decades. The market was supposed to open earlier this year.
And the National Weather Service now upgrading the strength of a deadly June tornado in North Dakota to an EF5. The National Weather Service saying that they made the change after looking at the damage left behind. The storm killed 3. The twister left a 12-mile-long path of destruction, including throwing an empty tanker 475 feet. It is rare that we see a tornado of this strength. An EF5 hasn't been seen in the U.S. in quite some time, Savannah.
Yeah, it's been 12 years and 4 months. The last EF5 tornado anywhere in the country, that was Moore, Oklahoma, back in May 20th of 2013. So yeah, long time ago, more than a decade. That did touch down in North Dakota on June 20th, so a couple months ago, but they did a new analysis, and that's kind of why they upgraded that based on the new information that they got and they conducted. That touchdown at 11 p.m., so it was an overnight tornado, and it stayed on the ground just about under 30 minutes, 25 minutes. We're not tracking severe weather here. A little bit of rain, that's pushing on out of here, pretty much just southeast of Madison at this point in time. Just a couple of lingering showers down across Rock and Walworth counties. The rest of the day is going to be dry. We'll have sunshine that's going to return. We'll talk about the frost and the very cold weather that we're going to see as early as tonight for some.
Thanks, Savannah. Up next, Brewers and Cubs slug it out in Game 2 if Milwaukee could come back after falling behind early.
And our Josh Pider is live at a farm in Ashton with more on some special guided trails.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
6:11 on your Tuesday. Checking out what's in the 608 this morning. A couple of unique weekend events coming up, including getting out and exploring some southern Wisconsin trails.
Our Josh Pider is live in Dane County with the story this morning. Hey there.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, there are a couple of unique aspects to this story this morning, and I'm super excited to showcase. And there's going to be a great opportunity for you to get out and explore some of the land here in Dane County. I've got a couple of folks joining us in the 608 this morning, Dan and Steve. Dan, I want to start with you. Who exactly are, this organization?
This is Southern Wisconsin Guided Trail Rides and Southern Wisconsin Off-Road Bicycle Rides. We do 4 rides a year. 2 in the spring, 2 in the fall. Right now we're setting up for the Middleton location. We have rides coming up on this Saturday, October 11th and the 18th. And the bicycles are on the 12th. If they get rained out, it's going to be on the 19th. But it's a one-day opportunity to ride on private property.
And this is obviously something that takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. You have some of the trail markers here this morning because you guys actually go out, you create these trails. These trails aren't already here.
Correct. We're in the process of scouting right now, and I don't know exactly where it's going. In the past, it's been about 25 miles to go around one condensed area. It's a 3-mile rectangle. But we do go across approximately 30 different landowners, and gratefully appreciative to be able to do that. And they've been supporting it for the last 16 years.
Yeah, that's quite an opportunity. Steve, now you are a volunteer. You're also a participant. So what makes you want to be involved with something like this?
It's just really appreciation of Dan and all the landowners. It's a great way to see the various terrains around the area, the various properties. It's fun to meet people with the similar interests, whether on an ATV, a dirt bike, a side-by-side, a bicycle. It's just a lot of fun. We'll come out.
Yeah, we have quite a few of those examples here this morning. And, you usually don't get an opportunity like this to be able to go, especially across all of these different lands around here.
Yeah, exactly. There's wood sections. There's all different farmland. And every year it changes. As Dan mentioned, it's like we have a rough idea where the trails are going to be, but it changes every year.
And it takes a lot of time to be able to pull this off. You guys have been busy at work just getting ready for these couple of weekends.
Yeah, it's been about a month now. So for about the past month, we've been clearing down trees and moving brush and cutting grass and stuff like that. So it's been a lot. Yes.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. All right, Dan. So if people are interested, what do they need to know if they want to get involved?
All the information is on the Facebook pages. It's Southern Wisconsin Guided Trail Rides and Southern Wisconsin Off-Road Bicycle Rides. There's a small story of what it is and what it takes for people to participate. So it's kind of boring reading, but it's got all the information.
And you guys have been doing this for quite some time too, and I'm guessing it's growing in popularity over the years?
I wish it would be more popular with the off-road bicycles because I think they're missing a huge opportunity because the motorized beat it down for the bicycles, so it's a huge, unique event for the area.
Well, maybe people watching this morning, they'll want to come out now. This will be a good idea for people to be able to get involved and really see the countryside.
Correct. I challenge them, I guess. We do got one area on the bicycle ride. I will call it Storyland. If you go down in there, you will come out with a story.
I love that. Well, Dan, Steve, thank you so much for your time this morning. We're having a lot of fun. If you'd like to learn more about this, you can go to the story up on channel3000.com. I have links right to those Facebook pages so you can sign up and learn more about what to do here and really to get involved, guys.
All right, very cool opportunity for those bikers to get out and tear it up.
Yes, as they would say. Josh, thank you. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out either on social media or email us at inthe608@WISC-TV.com for a chance to be featured.
All right, some of those showers moving out of here, Savannah.
Yeah, we're luckily finally seeing an end to the showers. Some areas south of Madison and west needed the rain, and those areas did receive the most compared to out of anyone pretty much. There were some spotty areas that were closer to an inch, just basically east of Janesville, but you can see the current radar, the loop over the last 6 hours did put some showers, but now all of that moving out of here. And that cold front, the reason behind we getting the rain yesterday and overnight, it's going to drop our temperatures a lot. We're looking at our first frost potentially across some of the area. This is just data. The earliest in Madison, our first frost on record, September 12th. Our average is October 11th. Today's October 7th. Tonight into tomorrow, that turns to October 8th. Our latest on record, November 12th. That was not too long ago in 2016. The frost advisory, that's for areas north of Madison, and that's where temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler. And then that purple up near Rhinelander reminder, that's a freeze warning. Both of those cold alerts are in effect 3 to 9 a.m. tonight into early Wednesday morning. I do think temperatures up across central Wisconsin will get cooler to us. Madison's overnight low 37, Monroe, Janesville, Platteville will be closer to 40, Camp Douglas 32. So there will probably be areas that do fall close to freezing level, hence the frost. That's where the better chance is. We're nowhere near that right now. 52, still very mild across Dane County and southern Wisconsin. We do have some 40s, 49 in Boscobel, 47 in the Dells, and then 35 this morning in Black River Falls. So basically Camp Douglas, Black River Falls, those will be the two coolest spots, more likely than not tomorrow morning. But we will see temperatures rebound this afternoon and tomorrow, along with the next couple of days, back into the mid-60s. That's where we should be, but nowhere near as warm as what we had all of last week and this past weekend. We're going to see some sunshine. The showers that are moving out early will pave way to the clouds decreasing and some sunshine returning pretty much for everyone across southern Wisconsin today and tomorrow. Sunshine will last through Thursday. I think we'll see a few clouds increase for Friday, but then the weekend looks really nice. We're back into the 70s, lower 70s by Saturday, and then even into the mid 70s by Sunday. And I think that's pretty much where we'll stay going forward, right about 70 into next week.
Well, there we go. Saturday night looking pretty nice for the Badger game, right?
It sure is. Yeah, I might want to grab a sweatshirt or lighter jacket, but overall pretty good.
Football weather Friday and Saturday night. Thank you. New this morning, the Brewers now just one game away from advancing in the playoffs. Late last night, they took down the Cubs in Game 2 of the series. Here's how they did it. Chicago threatening to score early on at AmFam Field. Top of the first, 2 runners on for Seiya Suzuki, who jacks one out of here for the Cubs. 3-0 Chicago. Bottom of the first now, Andrew Vaughn up to bat. Couple runners on, and he crushes one. That ties things up at 3 apiece. Bottom of the fourth, Jackson Churio sends one deep to center. That scores 3 more. 7-3 Milwaukee, and that's how it ends. Brewers take the lead in the series 2-0, and we'll have Game 3 tomorrow in Chicago.
And a quick reminder, the Packers are getting ready to face off against the Cincinnati Bengals this weekend. You can catch Sunday's game right here on WISC-TV. The match is slated to begin at 3:25 in the afternoon, but stay with us. We will have all the highlights on our 6 and 10 newscast, as well as Monday right here on News 3 Now this morning.
Looking ahead to the Badger matchup against the Buckeyes on October 18th. Badgers play at Camp Randall, and you can tune in to WISC-TV for the game. We now know the kickoff is at 2:30 in the afternoon. Again, watch it right here on Channel 3.
And tonight is the National Hockey League season opener. The fun begins as the Chicago Blackhawks are set to take on the Florida Panthers at 4. Then the Pittsburgh Penguins are set to take on the New York Rangers at 7. And then finally, the Colorado Avalanche are facing off against the Los Angeles Kings. Face-off is scheduled for 9:30 tonight. All 3 games on ESPN.
Yeah, those winter sports getting underway.
Yeah.
UW hockey, both the men's and the women's already underway. A couple of wins under their belt.
Yeah, you know, the women's team has done phenomenal, so excited to see what they do this season as well.
Top notch. Can't wait to see.
Well, still ahead, we'll show you a pumpkin tribute honoring a rock legend and new seasonal finds at Aldi.
A new proposal coming up, too, that could soon change how hemp products could be sold in Madison. We're going to break down the changes that could affect both buyers and sellers. Hey, we're back sharing, who's this? Linda's morning with everyone out there. Always sending some lovely pictures of the sunrise. And this one is gorgeous with the colors there.
Beautiful, yep.
Thanks, Linda.
Well, here's a look at what's trending this morning. Spooky season is upon us, and Aldi is making sure your feet are just as festive as your costume. So Aldi seasonal finds are popping up in stores now, including these Halloween Squishmallow slippers. You can choose from Bat Pumpkin, Cat Skeleton, Mummy, and Frankenstein Frappe.
Those are something.
Got them right here.
Yes.
Got
and
the bat
Savannah beat the employees at Aldi to work yesterday just to get a hold of these slippers here.
Walk us through the process to get these. What did you have to do?
I mean, okay, so I guess Aldi releases their new weekly ad like Tuesday for Wednesday, and sometimes they'll get like a reshipment on Sundays. But yeah, you got to get there.
You got it all timed out.
First. Only because of these. I mean, Squishmallows. Who doesn't love Squishmallows?
Yes, I know Squishmallows
I have
are
a lot of
big.
them. Yeah.
And those
Now
are
the
kind of
slipper
comfy,
form.
though.
Oh, yeah.
Although they look like
Very.
they could fit my 5-year-old, but
They're a woman 6'7".
yeah.
They're a child's 4'5".
Or child's 4 or 5.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, no, she doesn't wear a 4 or 5. She still has in the C, the little C.
There you go.
So, C, yeah, that'd probably be too
They
big
have
for
kid
her
ones,
feet.
though, too. But
Yes.
today's the last day, so might want to run.
Run to
Walk,
Aldi if
run.
you can.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap up this half hour, a UK farm is honoring Ozzy Osbourne with a Halloween twist. Savannah's in love with this. A Sunny
So cool.
Fields farm in Southampton created a massive pumpkin mural of the late rock star using hundreds of differently colored pumpkins to,
That's cool.
honor Ozzy. So there it is. They're finishing it up and boom, did a pretty nice
so
job.
impressive. They got the bats and everything, too.
Yes.
Cross necklace. Awesome. We'll track some frost when we get back.
This morning, it is the 7th day of the government shutdown, where Americans are starting to feel the impacts.
What I need to say is, how do we fix this?
And fallout continues at the Sun Prairie School District. The new steps being taken to hold district leaders accountable.
And new this morning, Chicago comes out swinging. We'll see if the Brewers could come back against the Cubs and take Game 2. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. Hope your Tuesday is off to a great start. A little wet start for a lot of us out there, but it's moving on.
Yeah, we have some cooler temperatures today after the rain. Let's check in with Savannah and see what else we can expect today. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Well, we're tracking some sunshine later in the day. Some of us still waking up with cloud cover. Madison and especially southeast that did still see some showers overnight, but all those moving on out now. 52, most of our temperatures are somewhere near the 50-degree mark, slightly cooler northwest of here. And then we've got a fall-like day ahead. We'll be near normal with highs that reach the mid-60s later and sunshine pretty much everywhere. How about frost, though? Because we're going to get really cool tonight and tomorrow night. These are the first freeze dates on record in Madison the last 5 years. Back in 2020, October 2nd. Last year, October 16th. Today's October 7th, and there is a frost advisory for some of us tonight into early tomorrow morning. We'll show which counties are included in that and talk about how low temperatures are going to get.
Savannah, thank you. We begin this morning with the latest in the government shutdown, now entering the 7th day.
The impacts are now being felt across the country, especially at airports. For several hours, Hollywood Burbank Airport had no air traffic controllers on duty. Initial flight delays were also reported by the FAA in Denver and Newark. The transportation secretary says the disruption comes as more air traffic controllers are calling out sick as they have to work without pay.
Doesn't make me happy. It is kind of scary.
Motion is not agreed to.
Meantime, overnight, the Senate rejected a funding bill again, and they are set to reconvene this morning. President Donald Trump says he is open to making a deal with Democrats, saying that's not the case. Trump clarified those remarks, saying that he is happy to work with Democrats after the government reopens.
Taking a live look at FlightAware's misery map. Right now, it looks like no shutdown-related delays are reported at local airports. We'll keep you updated both on air and online at channel3000.com if those situations change.
And continuing coverage now of the fallout at the Sun Prairie Area School District. Community members voting last night no confidence in Superintendent Brad Sarin.
The 68-45 vote is the first step toward placing Sarin on a performance improvement plan, which could lead to further disciplinary action. Next steps for the district will take shape in the next school year. The vote happened late last night during the district's annual meeting, where community members can vote on key issues.
Trust you 100%. We don't trust the schools. What I need to say is, how do we fix this? I don't know the answer to that, but I think more information is probably going to be better than less.
The board also reviewed district finances, voting to keep the levy limit the same until a formal performance review is completed. Since the start of former Dean of Students Robert Gilkey-Messegeyer's criminal investigation, 2 staff members have been put on leave. Gilkey-Messegeyer faces 15 counts of child sex crimes and has pleaded not guilty. He is scheduled to return to court later this month.
This morning, Madison police are investigating a shooting on Langdon Street, just steps from the UW-Madison campus and State Street. Friday night, a fight broke out on the 200 block of Langdon. In this video, you can see someone pulling out a gun. The video does cut away before they fired it. The shooting sent an 18-year-old to the hospital. They were treated and released. Many students, though, who live in that area say this literally hit too close to home.
I actually live right down Langdon off of Lake Lawn. So where the incident took place was just down the road. So I was definitely really surprised to see it happen. I was a little bit worried that something like that could happen so close to where we live.
Madison police say one person is in custody in connection to the case. They are increasing presence now on Langdon Street.
Happening today, Madison City Council President Regina Vitiver is introducing a new ordinance to set a 21 and up age requirement for hemp-derived products. Currently, anyone 18 and older can purchase THC products. The move comes after a rise in emergency room visits involving THC. Vitiver says it's just the beginning of regulations the city is considering.
We're starting with age-restricted sales. Our goal, assuming that we can pass that, is that we would then move to licensing and zoning.
Under the proposed zoning rules, hemp businesses could not be located within a quarter mile of schools or youth organizations like the YMCA. The ordinance will first go to 2 committees before returning to the Common Council on November 25th.
This morning marks 2 years since the October 7th attack in Israel. Meanwhile, Israel and Hamas are holding indirect talks to discuss a ceasefire.
Hamas killed roughly 1,200 and kidnapped another 250, with 48 still in Gaza. Israel responded with a military assault that killed 67,000 people and displaced nearly 90% of Gaza's population. The attack also led to conflicts, including combat with Iran and Lebanon's Hezbollah.
As the war did lead to protests, of course, nationwide, calling for an end of the war and the return of hostages. It also led to fallout on several college campuses nationwide as students protested the war in Gaza by setting up encampments. That includes one here at UW-Madison, where students set up tents on Library Mall, which led to dozens of arrests.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott announced the deployment of hundreds of Texas National Guard troops to support ICE and federal officials nationwide. Some arrived in Chicago last night. Illinois leaders have sued the Trump administration, calling the deployments illegal, dangerous, and unconstitutional.
6:36 now. New this morning, the Brewers are now just 1 game away from advancing in the playoffs. Late last night, they took down the Cubs in Game 2 of the series. Here's how they did it. Chicago threatening early at AmFam Field. There's Seiya Suzuki. He jacks one out of there with 2 on to put the Cubs up 3-0. Bottom of the first, though, Andrew Vaughn, a chance to respond. He's got a couple runners on, too, and he crushes one to tie things up at 3. Let's move now to the bottom of the 4th. Jackson Churio, he'll send one deep to center. That scores 3 more. 7-3 Milwaukee at that point, and that's how it ends. Brewers take a 2-0 lead over the Cubs. As you can imagine, fans at the game are having some fun.
We've been doing it since 2013. It's permanent here today. We go to work like this. We do it for the entire season. We just support them until they're done, and then we go green and gold.
The series now heads to Chicago for Game 3. That's tomorrow at Wrigley Field at 4:08.
As a reminder, the Packers will be at home facing off against Cincinnati on Sunday afternoon. You can catch the game right here on WISC-TV, kicking off at 3:25. It also marks the start of CBS Premiere Week and our first warm weather special, Winter Ready. After the game, we'll have a special report on Madison's new vape ban. Plus, right here on News 3 Now this morning, all the Packers highlights on Monday.
Turning now to the Badgers, it is homecoming week at UW-Madison.
And campus will be full of events throughout the week. Thursday kicks off with the annual Feel the Hill. Our Josh Breiter and meteorologist Savannah Brito will be at Bascom with coverage later this week. Friday night brings the homecoming parade starting at 6, beginning at Wisconsin Avenue and West Gorham Street. We'll have traffic updates for you. And the week wraps up Saturday with the Badgers taking on the Hawkeyes. Kickoff is at 6 p.m. And let's hope the momentum behind homecoming week carries into Saturday, because the Badgers need this win.
Oh, yeah, they really need it. Yes. Hawkeyes might be the one that turns the season around for the Badgers. Wouldn't that be something?
Yes,
get the hometown crowd behind them for homecoming. Now, Savannah, we just need some weather to go along with the homecoming game Saturday night.
You know, I think we're going to have football weather. It's looking really nice, little warm, but at least it'll be cooler during halftime and as you head home during the fourth quarter and beyond that. Kickoff, we're still going to be near 70 with sunshine, mostly clear skies, no rains in the forecast with temperatures around 64 at halftime. And as you're heading home in the mid-50s, a couple of us might still hang on to the upper 50s, but that's the forecast for Madison, downtown Madison. Might want a sweatshirt or lighter jacket this morning. I don't even think you'll need a raincoat anymore. The rain's moving on out of here. We'll talk about the cool down though coming up.
Savannah, thank you. Coming up in Time for Kids, I'm talking to an SSM Health family physician about how social isolation can harm kids.
And our Josh Sprider is live this morning with something for the bikers out there. You'll want to stick around for that. Coming up in the 608.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
6:42 on your Tuesday in the 608 this morning. There are a couple of unique weekend events coming up, and that includes getting out and exploring some southern Wisconsin trails.
Our Josh Sprider is live in Dane County with the story this morning. Hey there.
Hey, good morning to you guys. Yeah, we've got a great story for you and really exploring the countryside and a couple of opportunities to do so over the next couple of weekends. I want to bring in Dan this morning. Dan, first off, we are on a beautiful property right now. We got to give a shout out to the landowners for letting us be here this morning.
Correct. This is the Brabender Century Farm on Highway K. Right by Ashton.
This is really what it's all about, is these landowners coming together. They're giving you a heck of an opportunity to create these trails for people to come out and enjoy.
Correct. It couldn't happen without the landowners. I mean, I got a motivation, I got some knowledge behind doing the trails, but without the landowners, it couldn't happen.
So you guys have been doing these events since 2009, so this is year number 16. And what exactly is this, and what does it take to be able to pull off?
A lot of coordination, and my goal was to, if I could do this in this location and other clubs or organizations could do it in other locations, it could be a neat riding opportunity throughout the state. But most landowners don't want to give you 24 or 12 months a year permission. We're just get permission for 2 days. So if you don't hit this opportunity, these trails ain't here.
And we're obviously talking about using a motor. We're talking about bikes. There are a lot of different opportunities for people to get involved and ride out here.
Correct. And kids are welcome, which is kind of unique for off-road events. It is it's a guided trail ride. We do break it into different speed groups and stuff. So it's a unique opportunity for all.
And we've got a couple of other folks joining us here this morning. We've got some landowners. Also, Chris, I want to start with you because you're a volunteer. You help lead some of these rides. And what's that all really entail?
It's always about just making sure that you're not leaving someone behind or you're not pushing someone too fast that they might get hurt. And then you can always just make sure they stay safe and have fun.
And you work these lands, so you get to see just how beautiful they are. How is it for you to be able to kind of showcase some of that beauty for folks?
I really enjoy it, getting to show off this area, the beautiful hills and everything like that. It's just amazing to me, and we can help everyone see that.
And Steve and Daryl, you guys both have properties here. What's it like for you to really see people enjoy the beauty of your land?
It is just so cool because, when you're out there farming it, you see such beautiful views from the Capitol to the, to deer, to turkey, and it's just really nice to let other people see what you get to see.
And Daryl, you've been on this before, so what is this really about for you?
It's about seeing the land that you don't see from the road. I really don't even know where I am when I'm out there until I get to a road. So.
That is so cool. Well, thank you guys so much for having us out here this morning. All right, so Dan, hit us with the details this weekend and next.
Correct. We're doing it. The motorized is on Saturday, October 11th, and the bicycles are October 12th. And the following weekend on Saturday, the 18th, for motorized for the number 2. And bicycles, if they did get rained out, it doesn't look like they're going to get rained out on the 12th, so you better take the opportunity because it's a one-time opportunity for the bicycles.
Absolutely. We'll have all this up on channel3000.com as well, including links to the Facebook pages. There's also going to be food and drink, so it's a whole family affair. Just go to our website to learn more, guys. Pretty unique story this morning.
All right, very cool, getting people out there and active. Josh, thank you.
You have an inspirational story you think Josh should highlight? He'd love to hear from him. So many of his ideas come from people just like you. So got one? Reach out and let him know about it.
Transitioning now to Time for Kids, there's plenty of research showing how social isolation can harm older adults, but it can also take a toll on kids. A new study from Boston Children's Hospital found adolescents who are socially withdrawn show differences in their brain structure and face a higher risk of mental health issues. Even children who prefer being alone over socializing still face negative impacts. Dr. Rupa Shah, SSM Health family medicine physician and wellness coach, says one way to help pivot toward a healthy mood boost and away from isolation is to try helping your child make social connections a priority, even if it's for 15 minutes a day.
Having a good social network is a key component of feeling good and boosting our moods. So talking to a friend on the phone, laughing, smiling, all of those can really just naturally boost those moods for us. The other thing, having your pets around, like petting your cat or your dog or spending time with them can really also help.
Dr. Shah also says simple habits like exercise and healthy eating can also help improve mental well-being.
Now to new details on a deadly June tornado in North Dakota. The National Weather Service has upgraded the strength of that tornado to a rare EF5. That is the most powerful rating for tornadoes. The tornado killed 3 people when the twister tore through the Enderlin area. It blew the bark off trees and tossed an empty tanker car about 475 feet. At a farmstead, the foundation was swept clean. Savannah, it's been a long time since we've had an EF5.
Yeah, 12 years and 4 months exactly to the date. And yeah, they upgraded that from an EF3 to an EF5 tornado. The last EF5 that was back in May 20th to be exact, in Moore, Oklahoma, back in 2013. The peak winds, based on new data that they got, greater than 210 miles per hour. That touched down on June 20th. We're tracking locally some frost, not even rain at this point in time. All that moved out with the cold front. We do have a frost advisory north of Madison. That'll be in effect 3 to 9 a.m. late tonight into early Wednesday morning. And then upstate near Rhinelander, there's the purple. That's a freeze warning, also in effect 3 to 9 a.m. That's where cooler temperatures are going to be. Ours are still going to get down to about 37 in Madison. Still got the 40s or at least near 40-degree temperatures, a little bit above freezing level for Platteville, Monroe, and Janesville South. But then check out Camp Douglas and some areas north of Madison. That's where I think the cooler temperatures are going to be, basically where the frost advisory is in effect. 32, the overnight low forecast in Camp Douglas, 35 in Baraboo. We're nowhere near that right now in Madison. There are some 40s and even a 30 up in Black River Falls this morning, but we're currently at 52, which is even mild for this time of year. Usually we're down to the lower to mid 40s across most of southern Wisconsin for nighttime lows. Then we rebound into the 60s. We will see a lot of sunshine later in the day. Some of us are still waking up to cloud cover Madison and southeast because of the cold front. That's kind of leaving a little bit of lingering cloud cover, but definitely cooler than what we had over the weekend. That's actually seasonable though. We're tracking a couple of days that are going to be like that. Couple counties up across northern Wisconsin that are peak. There's a lot more orange, which is near peak. So if you're heading up there, expect fall-like weather. But again, got a couple of areas that probably are going to see a hard freeze overnight because temperatures down there could actually, or up there could actually get down to the upper 20s. So it'll be a lot cooler there. We're tracking a few nights in the upper 30s here, and then we get back to lows that are going to be closer to 50 after that Thursday and Friday nights, and then into the weekend, the 70s are going to return. So little of near normal like fall temperatures, and then we're back to the warmth.
All right, so gonna put on that winter gear to go overnight.
That's right, bundle up.
And regret it by the afternoon.
Well, you know, you got to shed it by, whatever.
Yes.
Early in the morning, but you'll need it.
There you go.
On the way to work tomorrow.
I'll be bringing mine in for sure.
All right, Savannah, thank you. Coming up in the morning sprint, shocking scenes out of California after a helicopter crash is sparking a major emergency response.
If you have a little kiddo turning 3 soon, send us a picture. We'll show it on TV. Back with the sprint next. 6:54, time for the morning sprint.
The Sun Prairie School District could be making some big decisions soon after community members voted no confidence in Superintendent Brad Sarin. The vote, 68-45, could lead to a performance improvement plan and possible disciplinary action. Next steps for the district will take shape in the next school year.
Authorities investigating a helicopter crash in California this morning. The chopper slammed into a Sacramento highway. All three on board, a pilot, a nurse, and a paramedic, survived. All three, though, are in critical condition. Traffic came to a standstill, but authorities at the scene say no one on the ground was hurt.
The federal government shutdown is now in its 7th day as the Senate is set to reconvene this morning. The Senate voted on Republican and Democrat measures to reopen the government yesterday, but both proposals failed to advance. The Trump administration has threatened widespread firings of federal workers if the shutdown continues.
Happening today, the Madison City Council president is set to introduce a new ordinance. It would create a 21 and up age requirement on all hemp-derived products. Right now, anyone 18 and up can purchase those products in the state. It comes after an uptick of emergency room visits involving THC. The proposed ordinance will go to 2 committees, and then it would head back to the Common Council for a vote on November 25th.
New this morning, the Milwaukee Brewers are just one win away from advancing in the playoffs. Late last night, they beat the Cubs 7-3 in Game 2 of the series, giving the Brewers a 2-0 lead. The teams head to Wrigley Field tomorrow for Game 3 as the Brewers look to clinch the series.
And the Packers are getting ready to face off against the Cincinnati Bengals this weekend. You can watch it right here on WISC-TV. The match slated to begin at 3:25 on Sunday afternoon. We'll have those highlights right here on News 3 Now this morning, Monday.
Well, temperatures will be closer to what's normal for us across southern Wisconsin the next couple of days. Highs in the mid-60s. Overnight lows are going to be a little bit cooler than normal. Could lead to some patchy frost. We've got a frost advisory that'll be in effect 3 to 9 a.m. early Wednesday morning for areas north of Madison, and even a hard freeze warning upstate. So those temperatures are going to get cool.
Talking about the F word already.
I know, I'm not ready.
No.
I know.
But this is about the time of year when we typically see our first freeze, right?
Yeah, October 11th is our average first in Madison, so we're maybe a few degrees earlier than that, but Dane County and the city of Madison is not included in the frost advisory, so we'll see if they add that.
We'll see what happens.
Yep.
Savannah, thank you.
All right, CBS Mornings is coming up next.
Our next newscast is at noon.